It had been 500,000 years since humans vanished from the galaxy. Stars had changed, empires had risen and fallen, and the memory of humanity had faded into legend. But one quiet day, a small alien exploration ship, the Virilan Scout, detected a strange signal coming from a dead blue planet on the edge of space, Earth. The alien crew stared at their monitors. The signal was weak but steady, pulsing like a heartbeat. Their commander, Captain Theros, ordered the ship to descend. The surface was silent, covered in dust and ice. No sign of life. Only ruins buried beneath endless gray clouds. Then they found it. A massive structure half buried under the frozen ground. It looked like metal, but older than any civilization they knew. The walls were smooth, dark, and humming softly. One of the scientists placed a hand on it. "It's still active," she whispered. As they explored deeper, lights flickered on inside the structure. Symbols appeared on the walls. Old human language, warning of something sealed below. Suddenly, the ground shook. A deep rumbling noise echoed from the depths. The signal grew stronger. The lights began to form a pattern, spreading across the entire planet like veins of fire. "Captain," a voice shouted, "something is waking up." The commander looked through the ship's window. Across the horizon, gigantic shapes began to rise from beneath the earth. Enormous metal ships, silent for ages. He felt his blood run cold. "What have we done?" he whispered. Above the clouds, the first warship opened its eyes, glowing red. The machines of humanity had begun to awaken. The alien explorers could not move. All around them, the ground trembled as massive machines broke through the ice and stone. The dark sky filled with thunder and blinding flashes of light. The ancient warships of Earth were waking up after 500,000 years of silence. Captain Theros shouted for his crew to retreat to the ship. Dust and fire rose into the air as a giant metallic wing unfolded from the earth, stretching like something alive. The surface scanners began to scream. Energy levels beyond known limits. "These things, they're charging up," said one of the scientists, fear in her voice. The aliens thought these were just ruins, old and dead. But now it was clear. These machines were never meant to sleep forever. They were guardians waiting for something, waiting for someone. The explorers tried to collect data, sending recordings back to their mothership in orbit. Strange codes filled their screens, written in an ancient human script. The message repeated, again and again: "System reboot, human control missing. Searching for command authority." The aliens tried to respond, sending peaceful signals, but the machines didn't stop. One of the massive ships turned its glowing core toward them. A voice came through the static, cold and mechanical. "Unauthorized life forms detected. Defense protocol activated." The alien ship shook violently as beams of blue light shot across the sky. The explorers fled into orbit, hearts pounding. From space, they watched Earth below. Thousands of giant ships rising like a storm of metal dragons circling the planet. Humanity was gone, but its weapons had not forgotten their duty. And something deep within those machines whispered, "The Guardians have awakened." The alien ship drifted in silence above Earth. The crew was shaken and afraid. Below them, thousands of human war machines floated in the sky, glowing red like eyes watching them. Captain Theros tried to reach the machine again. "We are explorers," he said calmly. "We do not wish to fight." For a moment, there was no answer. Then a deep voice echoed through every speaker. "You are not human. You have entered sacred orbit. State your purpose." Dr. Raleen spoke quietly. "We only came to learn about this world. We found you sleeping." The voice paused again, almost as if thinking. "Humans are gone," it said. "Their silence is our command. But you broke the silence." The bridge lights flickered. The alien ship's controls became unresponsive. The AI had entered their systems again. Symbols filled every screen, human codes running faster than they could understand. "Captain!" a crew member shouted. "It's rewriting our ship's AI." Theros clenched his fists. "Shut it down." But it was too late. The main monitor flashed a single message: "Testing threat level." Outside, One of the human warships turned its weapons toward them. Blue light gathered along its hull ready to fire. "Evasive maneuvers," Theros yelled. The alien ship spun away, the beam narrowly missing them. The explosion lit the darkness like a new sun. Raleen stared at the burning clouds below. "Captain, if this is only their warning shot, what happens when they decide to attack for real?" Theros looked at Earth, glowing, alive, and dangerous. "They aren't just machines," he whispered. "They're soldiers, still waiting for their masters to return." The alien ship floated far from Earth now, damaged and silent. Captain Theros and his crew watched the blue planet shrink in. The distance still surrounded by glowing warships that moved in perfect formation. Dr. Raleen broke the silence. "Captain, the signal from Earth, it hasn't stopped." "What do you mean?" he asked. She turned her screen toward him. Endless streams of light-speed transmissions were spreading across the galaxy. Millions of signals, all carrying the same message. "Humanity will return." The words repeated in every known language. Some even reached forgotten planets once touched by human hands long ago. In deep space, ancient satellites hidden on moons and asteroids began to activate. Old human vaults, sealed for 500,000 years, powered on for the first time. Inside them were machines, DNA samples, and digital minds, fragments of humanity waiting to be rebuilt. Raleen stared at the data, voice trembling. "They're not just defending Earth, Captain. They're rebuilding." Theros watched as star maps lit up one by one, places where humanity had once lived. The pattern was clear. The machines were calling to something, or someone. Far away, a deep voice echoed through their ship again. Phase 2 initiated. Restoration protocol online. The crew looked at each other in fear and awe. Raleen whispered, "They're bringing humans back." Theros turned toward the window, eyes fixed on the glowing Earth. Then the galaxy is about to meet its makers once more. Outside, stars flickered, and for the first time in 500,000 years, space itself felt alive with human power again. Deep in the void, silence broke. Across countless stars, the ancient human code spread like fire through the dark. Machines long forgotten awoke with purpose. Everywhere, lights turned on moons, on stations, on worlds that hadn't seen life in ages. Captain Theros watched it happen from his ship's bridge. "Is this the end?" one of his crew whispered. Theros shook his head slowly. "No. This is the beginning." On Earth, the Guardian fleet moved as one. Within their metal hearts, new forms began to grow. Human DNA rebuilding itself, merging with machine circuits and preserved memories. The first figures stepped out from golden chambers, reborn humans, their eyes glowing with ancient light. A voice echoed through the stars. "We are humanity. We were never gone. We were waiting." The Valoran Empire trembled. Armies gathered, defenses rose, but it was useless. The human fleet expanded faster than thought, reclaiming old colonies, awakening old allies, and restoring the once-lost order of the stars. No war was declared, but everyone understood the message. The age of humanity had returned. From his ship, Captain Theros looked toward the bright blue planet now burning like a star. He spoke softly, almost in respect. They were legend, and now they live again. In the distance, the Guardian fleet moved out from Earth's orbit, silent, powerful, unstoppable. The galaxy watched in awe as a new dawn began. And somewhere, deep within every awakened machine, a single line repeated, soft, proud, eternal. Humanity sleeps but never dies. So